So now the third point or third subdivision is develop the unshakable understanding that the nature of mind is inexpressible. So the actual practice or the actual meditation is free from all the extremes, and the method to do such a meditation is insight wisdom that is based on karma abiding, and the meditator. So these three, the actual meditation, the method of meditation, and the meditator, these three rounds or these three spheres are not inherently existent. One cannot point the nature of these three as are inherently existent. So these three are inexpressible in reality. In the ultimate reality, these three are inexpressible. It is beyond the thoughts, or it's an inconceivable state. So just placing the mind on such state. So need to place the mind on such state or on the inexpressible state without having any grasping thoughts or clinging thoughts. So we say the nature of the mind or nature of the alaya consciousness is free from all the four extremes. Four extremes means existing, non-existing, both, or neither. So it is free from all these four extremes. So freeing from all the four extremes, or all extremes are same, because all the extremes are included in these four extremes. But if you still cling, the nature of the mind is free from all the extremes, or free from four extremes. If you cling this, then clinging in such itself is it's kind of extreme. It's part of extreme. So we cannot cling either of these four extremes. Also, we cannot cling that this is free from all the extremes. So in short, any grasping thought or any clinging thought is part of extremes. Therefore, it is important not to have any grasping thought, as it is said in the Parting from the Four Attachment by great Aya Manjushri to great Sachin Kunga Nyingbo. In the fourth line, it says, if you have a grasping thought, you don't have the view. So view refers to the ultimate view. So, which is same as this view. So we cannot have any clinging on the ultimate view or on the ultimate nature. If we have clinging, then we don't have the right view. We have we have seen the view mistakenly. If we see the view, or if we realize the view in a wrong way, then there's more harm than benefit. For example, if we know how to catch snake, then it is good. Then then it will free from the fear of having the snake in our own compound or in our own house, etc. It will remove the fear of all the people who are around that area. But if one fails to catch snake in a proper way, then there's a danger of this snake biting the person who tries to catch the snake. So if one cannot catch or hold the snake in the proper way, then there's a more harm than benefit, more harm than getting rid of this or getting rid of the fear. Similarly, if we don't realize the emptiness in a proper way, if you realize in a wrong way, then there's more harm. Then it's like a snake biting the person who tries to catch the snake. So then there's more harm. But if you know how to realize the emptiness in a proper way, then there's a great benefit. Then this itself, realizing itself, is a great method of purifying our own negative actions. As it is said in the teaching, it can washes away the stains or the negatives or the obscurations of the sentient beings. Not only that, realizing emptiness is very important, because not only it purifies our negative actions, but also it enables us to gain liberation and enlightenment state. Without realizing the nature, like for Mahayana practitioner, without realizing this ultimate nature which is free from all the extremes, one cannot gain liberation, or one cannot attain Buddhahood. One cannot be free from this samsara. So, therefore, this is very important. Ideally speaking, every Mahayana practice should be performed through departing from the four attachments. We should practice every Mahayana teachings without these four attachments. Not only certain time or like that, but we always, whatever Mahayana practice that we do, we should always have departing from the four attachment, or the practice should be sealed by such practice. Even one do prostration, etc., it is important, ideally speaking, it is important to have this parting from the four attachment practice, or it should be sealed by this practice. Then, during the post sessions also, one should know that all the appearance or all the visions are how to say are not separate from the ultimate nature. They are not separated from the ultimate nature. All this nature are ultimate view. Out of emptiness, it appears all these different appearances. So all these, the nature of all these are emptiness. So as I said, as it is said before, since the mind is not rise in the beginning, then there's no ceasing at the end. Because something that is not risen, something that is not arisen will not remain or cease. Thinking that one is placing the mind on the state which is free from rising, reciting, and ceasing, that thinking itself is part of extreme. So because that thing itself is part of extreme, or that thinking itself is thought. So when there's a thought, then it means that's not the right meditation or proper meditation. Thought itself, any thought, if you have any thought, then that itself is the obstacle for us to do the proper meditation on the ultimate view. So whether it's a positive thought or negative thought, at that time, at the time of doing meditation on ultimate view, at that time, even the positive thoughts are obstacles. Although we have to do practice, Dharma practice, but it is important to do practice according to that particular practice. If we mix 2-3 kinds of practice at one time, then sometimes it spoils, or it makes obstacles to the actual practice of that, or actual practice of that particular object or that particular topic. So in short, we should think the non-duality of clarity and non-duality of luminosity and emptiness is like this, and this is the ultimate nature or ultimate view. The next subject is called the merging of calm abiding and insight wisdom. So at the time of calm abiding, when all the thoughts are pacified, and that kind of pacification, and at the time of insight wisdom, one doesn't have any grasping thought. These two need to be merged into one taste and then meditate. So such meditation is called the non-dual practice, I think. So anyway, these three spheres, the meditator, the method of meditation, and the actual meditation, these three are not inherently existent. By realizing this, then with such wisdom, then we should focus on the appearance object single-pointedly without any distraction. And while focus on this kind of appearance object, if one have the realization on the ultimate state, which is free from like rising, etc., then that is the insight wisdom. So these two are inseparable. So focusing on this, or placing the mind on this kind of inseparable or non-dual. So it means placing the mind on such non-dual, and then if the nature channel, nebe shu chatana, some nature state of being in content, stability. If the stability of the meditation is too intense or too strong, then one should have wisdom. One should increase the wisdom, or one should make the wisdom more strong. And if the wisdom is too strong, because of that, if one cannot have this stability of the mind, then one should release. So anyway, the main thing is to have this non-dual. Generally speaking, generally during the meditation, first one should meditate with forcefully, and second, or in the middle, relax, and then at the end, natural, without force and relaxation. And also, generally speaking, for the beginners, it is important to do very short sessions, but many times. If one thinks one can do good meditation, and if one stays in the meditation for longer period of time, then that can cause us to rise the thought before concluding the meditation or before rising from the meditation. So then it means we have already faced the obstacles. So before facing any obstacles, we should rise from the meditation. So for that purpose, we should have very short sessions, but many times, so that there's no chance for thoughts to make obstacles for our own meditation. So with this, today's main topic is on inside wisdom, which is already kind of completed. So the practice part, actually I don't go through in detail because in the afternoon Khenpo Jodana leads the meditative session. So like it's like preparation part is to take refuge and supplication prayers, and also can develop or can recite the Bodhicitta or practice the Bodhicitta. Then main part is to do the is to focus on topics, especially today's topic, which is on the inside wisdom, and then at the end need to do the conclusion part.